had saved a soul like me. I once was lost and now am found, was blind but now I see. 'Twas grace that taught.
Hey guys, how you doing? Good to see y'all in here. Wow, fantastic. Oh, okay, let me scroll up here. Oh, Meatloaf. Somebody's mentioning Meatloaf. God bless him. Yeah, he was fantastic, very talented singer. He was very active on Facebook also, from what I recall, during the past 2-3 years before he passed. And I had the honor of talking with him a little bit, before he passed. Yeah, he was. The milkman has arrived, Jeff. Okay, well, I know you're going to be busy. Good to see y'all. Okay. Well, I know you're surprised that I know I had said before I'm taking the summer off, but if you recall, I did say I will hop in now and then, because of, if something happens. So yeah, a few things happened. I got some reports that I felt were important to share with you guys, as well as an issue, really a conversation, not quite firestorm, in my group. I had posted a report and an upcoming investigation of an area in the group, and I got all kinds of people, all excited about it, which was great. And but then there were a few people who wanted to know the location, and I said, I'll give the county, and that's Greene County, Pennsylvania, but I cannot give the location. And that apparently started a little bit of a firestorm, that some people were not happy. They want the location. And so that's going to be part of our discussion this evening. What's your opinion? But if anyone wants to jump on along with me, appear on screen, let me know. Let me go through my announcements and my reports first. Thank you, Gary. I agree. And then we'll get on to our discussion. So again, if anyone feels like they want to jump on and talk about this, give your opinion, please feel free. I'll put the link down there whenever I'm finished. So announcements, other than me kind of taking it easy. For the summer, just trying to get my rest, because summer times, I honestly am a little bit busier, and I've really cut down a lot. Ooh, got a dog hair. Yuck. What was I talking about? Oh yeah. I canceled on my speaking engagements Love you too, Amanda. Thank you. And I canceled everything, all the speaking engagements, all the festivals, all the conferences, everywhere that I was even scheduled just to set up as a vendor. I canceled everything. I need my rest this year. Past few years, I've really been going, and just burned myself out, and among some other health issues. Hi, Ken. Good to see you. And so I figured for the summer, I'm going to be busy with my garden primarily. My tomatoes are just now starting to come in, starting to turn red. So I know in a week or so, I'm going to be going crazy, and canning is going to start. And so I'm going to be busy with that. So most likely it's a possibility. It might be every other week that I'll come on. Possible. I will try, on the weeks whenever I'm not going to come on, as a podcast, I will try to put up a video of something else. It depends. Love you too, Southern Belle. And let's see what else. I know there's a bunch of festivals coming up. There's the one that I really wanted to go to in what was it, McMinnville, Tennessee, the Tennessee Wild Man Festival. And I really wanted to go to that one, but that's not going to happen. Just don't have the energy for the travel. Just don't have it. So I had to sell my ticket. As you all know, my sister had a stroke, so she had to sell her ticket. And the other person that was going to come, he was having health issues also. And so we had to sell his ticket. So fortunately, we've been able to transfer the tickets over to other people. We were able to sell them to others, thank God. And so there's 4 other people who are happily going to be able to go to the festival and have a lot of fun. So thank God for that. And I also discovered in the meantime that the guy running the festival, thank you, Amanda. You're sweet. Yeah, that the guy running the festival, I know him. My goodness, we had been on some forums, some Bigfoot forums years ago, and he recognized my name, and he told me what his name was other than Tennessee Wild Man Festival. And I said, oh my goodness, fantastic to hear from old friends. Really is. So hopefully I'll be able to go next year. Anyway, okay, other than that, if you want a list of upcoming festivals, I do have the list in the group, Pennsylvania Bigfoot Project. Look in the featured section. I have one post in there just for festivals and conferences. There's also the PA Bigfoot Encounters map. It lists, I think, around 700 some Bigfoot reports on that map. Fantastic resource. We use it all the time. It is compiled from the BFRO and Pennsylvania Bigfoot Society and a whole bunch of other resources, including our own map that I used to have, and other reports that continue to come in. So good to see all of you. I'm so happy that you're all in here. I really am. You know, I'm always afraid whenever I jump on here that nobody's going to show up, and I'll be here talking to future viewers. But I truly am happy that you're all on here with me. Thank you. You guys are fantastic. All right, so we got some reports, both in the group and along with a phone call, really 2 phone calls. No, 1 phone call and a private message, and then the private message turned into a phone call. And these are all from Pennsylvania. So let me go over it. This first one, we did receive yesterday, as a matter of fact. This is from Michelle Schaub, and I'm probably mangling her last name, and I do apologize, Michelle. And I will read this verbatim. Love you too, Jeff. Love you all, really, all of you. Okay, what's going on with Patrick Noble? Let me scroll back, because I see Southern Belle saying sorry, so I just want to make sure that there's nothing going on with Patrick. Okay, so Patrick, if there's something going on, let me know, please. Yeah, any of you guys, I run that prayer request video. Oh, okay, good. Whew. Yeah. Again, as a reminder, I do run that video at the beginning, for prayer requests. If you have a prayer request, you can just put a quick little note, here in the chat, requesting prayer. You don't have to go into detail, just requesting prayer or prayer request. You can send me a message. Jeff, definitely, he's in my prayers. Your brother's he's in our prayers. And there's a few other people on here that are regulars that they're always in my prayers, all of you. Definitely. Good to see all of you. But again, send me a message if you are in need of prayers, or just type in here prayer request. You don't need to go into detail. Just you're requesting a prayer. So, all right, let's go over this report here. The first one we received yesterday. And Michelle, she posted, she says, "Hi, y'all. Anyone hear of any cryptid activity in Juniata or Snyder County? Areas of interest: Lickin Creek, Tuscarora Forest, Carl B. Gus Picnic Area, Spectacle Gap, Evandale, Bald Eagle, Mount Pisgah, Shade Mountain." She says, "About 30 years ago, I lived off-grid up there. Lots of activity at that time. Farmers in the valley had livestock disappearing. I tagged along with a group of locals. We tracked something for 2.5 days from Richfield to Spectacle Gap. It poured buckets the last day. I probably smelled like a Bigfoot after that wet hound dog and horse sweat. Anyways, okay, and she continued. She went into, I asked for a little bit more detail as to when that happened and for her to describe it. And so she says, summer of 1983, I lived up on the mountain north of Evandale. I went to the little gas station most mornings for coffee and gossip, hung with my daddy's old buddies. One of them was an aged farmer who raised steers and pigs on a little farm west of Richfield at the foot of the mountain. He had a pet pig that had the honor of being the largest pig in the county. Oh, okay. Thank you. That's you, Michelle. Okay. Good to see you. He also had a mean shepherd farm dog that dragged 2 4 to 5 foot lengths of logging chain that were connected to a makeshift collar. The old man thought that would keep him from chasing cars, but it only slowed him down a little bit. He was a mean, protective dog. That summer, it seemed that every other morning someone in the area was missing a critter. A few goats, small pigs, a little girl's 4-H bunny, a veal calf. One morning, the old farmer came in. He was shaken up. The pig, his pig, gone. The pigs lived in a barnyard enclosed by about 4-foot-high stone walls, no gate. You had to exit through the barn. Whatever took that pig, the dog never reacted to. The pig would have had to be lifted out over the wall. The barn doors were not disturbed. They were tied the way he always tied them, and the straw bells were still up against the outside of the doors. We found a few long strands of reddish hair on the outside and top of the stone wall. We set out about 10 to 11 a.m. that morning, following some hounds. We never found the pig. We did find a few tree structures. It's so thick with laurel up there, rugged territory. I was worried about my barefoot mare and my borrowed pack mule coming up lame. Whatever carried that pig off earned it. It had to weigh 400 pounds at least. So that was Michelle's report from 1983, 40. Yeah, about 40 years, some 40 some years ago. Wow. Yikes. Hard to 40 years ago. So, what I should have done, okay, I have been to Bald Eagle, and I've probably passed through some of these other areas. I should have looked them up on the map, but, around the mountain, Pennsylvania mountains, yeah. Thank you, Michelle, for sharing that. Really, I had asked Michelle to come on if she wanted to come on and talk about it, but she declined the invitation, and that's okay. No problem. Okay, now, let's see, where did it go? Wrong one. Okay. Did I neglect? Oh, here it is. Okay. All right. I wanted to go over, we've gotten a report from Greene County, Pennsylvania, and that was the source of the little what the title of the podcast is. And we received that on July, I think it was July 19th. Yeah, no, July 18th is whenever we received this report, where a lady saw a Bigfoot standing off to the side of the road as she was passing by. Now, I personally know this lady. She is very reliable, very, she's outdoorsy. She's a hunter and hikes. And her brother had a sighting maybe 50 yards from where she saw the Bigfoot. And so what I'm going to do is I will, her brother's report, I had investigated that back in 2019. And what I'll do is I will read that report first before I read the one from last week, the 19th, which really wasn't last week. It was just a few days ago. So, okay. Yeah, so this will kind of set it up for you guys. Okay. All right, okay, no. The witness contacted me via Facebook private message on August 13, 2019. The first one was 2019. The other one was just a couple days ago, July 18. Bob. Okay. So the first one, her brother, it happened, and here I'm not looking at I didn't mark it on my report, unfortunately. Okay. The witness contacted me via Facebook private message, August 13, 2019. The witness report stated, I was heading to town early Sunday morning around 4 a.m. I came around a blind sharp curve and I saw it walk across in front of me like 40 to 50 yards ahead of me. It was 2 steps away from the wood line. Never saw its face, just its right side of the body. Would say it had to have been over 7 foot and pretty thick build. Hair seemed to be a brown with a touch of gray or off-white. He says, I'm a night owl, work night shift, and I'm always up running around at nights. I arrived at the location approximately, okay, wait a minute. Oh, okay, this is my investigation. Whew, boy. All right. From here on, it's my investigation. I arrived at the location approximately 10 a.m. along with the witness and a couple other people, gentlemen who were also Bigfoot witnesses that I was also investigating their sighting, maybe 10 miles away. And so I also had a third report from around that area. I did not have time to investigate all 3 reports, just the 2. Okay, I drove up the road looking for the spot that the witness told me about. I was looking for a recently used game trail close to the area where he saw the Bigfoot running. Left to right from the witness perspective, I found a recent trail. What I should do here, sorry guys, I am just not. Okay, let me see, because I do have photos of this from my investigation. Okay, this is from my investigation. I found the game trail, and it went up over the hill, and I found a footprint along with broken branches, and one of the broken branches, it was twisted also at approximate 8-foot height. The footprints, they were honestly impossible to measure. They were coming down slope and they were sliding. So approximately 15 inches long, 6 inches wide, and that was only approximate. Area description from the witness perspective. To the left is a large field on an upslope leading to a gas well lease and private property. To the right is a deeply wooded area with mixed fruit and hardwoods, wild plum, walnut, and crabapple trees included. There is a stream at the bottom of the slope, then a heavily forested area on the opposite slope. There's a gas line cut with game trails mixed throughout. My conclusion, the possible footprints along with a tree twist, broken limbs, along with credible witness with a good description led to probable Bigfoot sighting. And he has since reported, he lives not far from that area, so he's also reporting just about continual Bigfoot activity right near his property. So Greene County is an active area. Okay, now going to get to the report from the other day. She reports midnight of July 18, July 18, July 17, July 18 midnight. Okay, now this is from me. I received a phone call from the witness on Friday morning, July 18. The witness was driving home, and before rounding a curve in the road, she looked to the side down a dirt driveway. She spotted yellow gold eye shine, glow, eye shine or glow is what she described it as, gold glow, eye shine. First caught okay. My wording is horrible here. Okay. What first caught her attention was the gold eye shine glow. Then the head, broad shoulders, and height of the creature, it was standing below the road grade, not in a ditch, but on like a driveway going onto private property. Its eyes and head were on the same level as the road. Its hair was gold in the headlights of the vehicle. And let's see. Now I also write, this report is in the same area of a previous report from 2018 that I had investigated, 2019. I mistyped there. The 2019 report is a relative of this witness, so they were all, this witness from the other day, she was always aware of that spot. Every time she goes through there, she said she's always looking. And just so happened the other night, she saw something. I asked her if they were able to check out that spot on the 18th, because she had called me in the morning, and she said, yeah, she can go over there that afternoon and check it out. So let's see, she walked down the dirt lane checking for prints in the mud and another sign in the area. She did not find any prints on that lane, but she did. Okay, hold on a second. She did find, let me find her photo. Okay, that one is mine. I think this one is from her. Yes, this one is from her. Now, I don't know if I can, no, I'm unable to really zoom in, but you can see whenever I zoomed in on this photo that she had sent me, I could see a partial track. And again, it was from something walking down that same game trail on that slope. And it was, the footprint is sliding, so really can't estimate any size. Okay, whenever she, she reported smelling a strong smell of urine on the walk back to her vehicle. There's a game trail, which you see here in the photo. And let's see. And that's about it. Now, the original report from 2019, I had done a video. And on that video, I combined, or did I? No, I only had the one report of the other two gentlemen that the one guy had witnessed. That, if you look on the channel, scroll through the listings, and this would have been back in 2019. My video is called Greene County Truck Driver Videos Possible Bigfoot. Yeah, thank you, Ken. Yeah, that and the pussy willows, they'll eat that also along there. Yeah, they like that. Yeah, anytime there's a water source, a creek, pond, preferably moving water though, where it's a little bit fresher, but yeah, they'll hang around a water source, definitely. But yeah, the 2019, the original report, and just check back on my videos for 2019 for the Greene County truck driver videos of Bigfoot, possible Bigfoot. And he got it on his dash cam, and it's poor quality dash cam. At that time, he drove truck, one of those water trucks for a gas well company. And so that route was a regular route, a very rough dirt road. So he had to drive very slow. And this is totally different report, but it's from the same investigation. But you may find it interesting to watch. It's rather long. I'm horrible at editing. So, but, and again, the dash cam is poor quality. But you can spot a little something in there. So it's an interesting video to watch. Okay, now the report that I received today. I received and this one we're kind of right in the middle. It's I just received the report, and the gentleman is going to return to the area to check it out tomorrow along with a friend. But this one happened in Fayette Fayette County. And I know Fayette County is a huge county, but right now that's the best you're going to get. That's the best you're going to get. But this gentleman, he wrote me a private message, and he asked if he could call. So we spoke on the phone, and he said that he and his daughters were fishing, and he said that across the creek, there was a huge stand of mountain laurel, and I'm just going through my memory right now. I honestly should have typed it out, but I didn't. Across from the creek, there's a old stand of mountain laurel. It's very, very large and old and thick. A human would definitely have a very, very hard time getting through it, because it's, if anyone knows mountain laurel, what an old stand looks like, an old established stand of mountain laurel, rhododendron, looks like it's very thick, very heavy, and whew. But anyway, he said that first, they were fishing, just he and his daughters. And he said that, a stick or a rock came flying across and landed at his daughter's foot. And he looked up and, saw where it came from. And he said a couple more sticks and rocks came flying at them. And he said that the rhododendron, the mountain laurel, was shaking, like something was in there shaking it. And so, he went into protective mode, got his daughters together, and they boogied out of there. On their drive home is whenever he contacted me. And, initially, it was just a very bare bones of what happened on that initial phone call. Once he got, he lost signal, going through the mountains. So I asked them, call me back whenever you get home and get settled. So he called me back about 6:00, and he's, kind of filled in the gaps on that report. And he said that his daughter may have found a footprint, and he snapped a real fast photo of the footprint, but that was it, as they were going out. And so he sent it to me, and I looked at it, and I don't think it's a Bigfoot. I don't see any discernible toes or toe prints or anything like that. Don't know what it is. It could be a shoe print from, another fisherman who had gone through previously. There was a tire track from maybe a four-wheeler or something. But that was about it. But then, whenever we spoke in the 6:00, today, he said that he would try to get his daughters to go back there tomorrow. He said he called a friend, and he and his friend said that he'd go along with them, and he said they'll go back. And I said, just watch over your daughters very, very carefully. And I said, and I know you will. And he said, definitely. Here, let me go over some of these other photos here. Yeah, there's part of the landscape from that Greene County report. Anyway, the one I'm talking about, though, is in Fayette County from today. So, so I told him, I said, just, if your daughters don't want to go, respect them. He said, definitely I will. He said, if they don't want to go, we won't go. And I said, good. So I asked them, to send me, a pin in Google Maps, and he did. And I said, if you're able to go, and no matter what, if nothing happens or if something happens, I said, call me. If you need to call me, if something's going on and you need to talk to me, call me. I said, I've done it before for friends. I can talk to you as you're getting hustled out, if you want, to help keep things calm and, give you some advice. And I said, no matter what, call me. Whether or not something happens, just give me a call. Let me know what happened. And I said, take photos, take video, take random photos, behind your back, just random, just don't be obvious about showing your camera or your phone, just snap random photos. Or just take video. I think photos are actually a little bit better in some circumstances, and I think those are the cases, rather than continually pointing. Here, let me go back to this. Rather than continually, pointing your phone, in an area, that's kind of obvious. Whereas if you're just like holding your camera, just at a just in a relaxed state, sometimes you're better able to just snap photos random. And I kind of like that. I don't know how you guys feel about that. So, so far, that's where we are at. And so, which brings us to the subject, of this video, of the podcast. Whenever I had put the report, from the Greene County investigation. Oh, thank you, Mark. Whenever I posted the investigation on the group, we got, I don't know, it was about 10 different people. Some of them were a little bit nicer than others, and some of them were a little nasty, in which case we booted them out. But some were, just politely asking, for a location, and that's fine. You can ask, but, we'll explain to you that I'm sorry, but we can't. For different reasons. For, number one, and I really, each of these reasons are of equal importance. And so, can't really say, number one, number two. All I can say is respect the Bigfoot. If you go in there, you're going to upset the Bigfoot. Some stranger, some Yahoo going in there, tromping all over the place, banging on trees, and yelling and whooping, and walking on private property for another thing, trespassing. You have to be respectful of the Bigfoot. You have to be respectful to the property owners. Those two things right there. If you disturb either one of those, we won't be welcome. Regular, experienced researchers won't be welcome from either one of them. People who just yahoos, and I'll continue to call them yahoos, just as a polite term. They don't know what they're doing. All they know is what they see on TV, and between banging on a tree and yelling and whooping and everything else, and then toting, rifles around and building cages and so on and so forth. There's just too much that they mess up, and they will mess it up. So what are you guys' opinions? Who wants to come on and let me see if I can. Okay, now what I'm going to do, guys, I know, Mark. I know. What I'm going to do, guys, is if you want to come on, let me know. And I'll post the link to jump on and join me. We can talk about why you don't give out the location, or why you think that we should give the location. I want to hear both sides. Let's talk about this. So what do you guys think? Yes. And yes, might be insulting the Bigfoot. Oh, goodness. Well, no, it's true, Mark. Yeah, Oh, if by saying Yahoo, well, it's towards the human, the stupid human, not the Bigfoot. And I hear from different people that the Bigfoot, what I call, is a generic term. Out of respect, it's not meant as as an insult to the Bigfoot. It's just a generic, all-around term to call them, because I know different people say, oh, they are insulted at being called Bigfoot. They like to be called Sasquatch, in which case I say, well, maybe the ones out in Washington State like to be called Sasquatch, but the ones around here don't recognize that term. That's what the natives out in Washington State call their Bigfoot. That's in their language. Around here, there's, for every single different tribe, there's a different name. For every single tribe, there's, the Wendigo, which is kind of different. And I've got a whole list. Yes. Yes. And you're right, Mark. The Bigfoot don't know. And Patty. You're on the tractor mowing the yard. Oh, the kids are coming. Well, good. I'm glad to hear. That'll be so nice for you. Don't overdo it. Okay? Don't overdo it. Get your rest. So who wants to come on? Let's get some opinions here. Come on and join me, because that'll give me a break from having to talk for a couple hours. So somebody else talk. Okay, some here. Let me bring it up here. I keep forgetting. Yes, some people insist on calling them Sabe. Now, Sabe, I think that is a Canadian. Okay, it's a name a guy made up for a book. Okay, Jeff. Yeah, tell you what, Jeff, let me, hold on a second. I'll send it to you in Messenger. Yeah, I'll send you the link in Messenger, Jeff. All right, let me see. I know I have you here in my history. I just have to find our conversation. All right, come on, Jeff. All right. There we go. All righty, now talk amongst yourselves, guys. I'm on the other page. All right, Jeff. I sent it through Messenger. Okay. Cree. And okay. You call them the Watchers. Yes, they are also called the Watchers. They are also called the People. There are many different names for them, many. The people who stand on the rim of the world. Most of the time, it's just the name that they are called is the meaning of the name can be cannibal, the cannibals. Okay, big man. The one that used to be over at my other place, that he would come around the house and harass us. I called him SOB because he was an SOB. I don't care if he liked it or not. Yeah. Mountain laurel, it's very dense. And yeah, like Melvin says, deer can be 15 feet in front of you and you can't see them. Now, this was, I think, about 20 feet away. And, across the creek, in the mountain laurel, something was shaking the mountain laurel. The rhododendron. If people don't know what mountain laurel is, it's rhododendron is another name for it. But yeah, it really shook him up and frightened his daughters. So if he's unable to make it to investigate, that's about 140, 130 miles from me, something like that, thereabouts, where he's at, or where this happened. He says it's an easy hike, which to someone who is disabled and has a hard time walking, what a healthy person calls easy can be extremely difficult for someone who has a hard time walking on rough ground. Level ground on concrete or just in my backyard, I'm okay. But on a rough area, rutted road or something like that, yeah, definitely I'd have a hard time. But we'll see. I'll find out. I'll get a little bit more detail. Yeah, Gary, I know I can't walk 100 yards without stopping too. 50 yards for me, I have to stop. And for both huffing and puffing because of my lungs, and then out of pain because of my leg. So it's double whammy there. Hey, Misty. Easy hike for you. His hike to the living room to the kitchen. Okay, hold on. Wait a minute. What happened there? Gotcha.
Yeah, I got my cell phone leaned up against the whiskey bottle here because sometimes when people send me links on Messenger, it won't go through my computer. So I'm not.
Okay, there's a little bit of distortion. Do you have another window open? It's weird. Hold on. Let me check mine. Yeah, I don't have anything else open. Yet Misty says you sound like crap, so talk again.
How about now?
Yeah, it's muffled.
That's weird.
Yeah, and then whenever I talk, I can hear an echo through yours.
Why don't you try sending it to my email? I'll come in through my computer.
You're going to come through your email?
Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay. All right, try that.
I'll send it to me through email.
Send you an email?
Yeah.
Hopefully I have your email. Hold on.
I'll send it to you.
All right, hold on a second. All right, what's your email? Oh, you're going to send it to me? All right, hold on. All right, guys, talk among yourselves. Ooh, no, wrong one. I didn't receive your email address yet. Whoop, okay, he left. All right, so we will see. Yeah, that audio was pretty bad. Okay, Melvin. Doing a night hunt 10 days from now. Couple of us boys. Well, cool. Bigfoot or coyote. That'll be fun. It's been a while since I've gone out on a nighttime. Can't really call it investigation. It's more of a fun times with friends whenever you go out Bigfooting. Black Log area, West Licking Creek. Okay. I know Bob Walls is familiar with that area. Unfortunately, I'm not. If it's Western Pennsylvania, I've got a pretty good idea. But Eastern Pennsylvania, unfortunately, I'm a little fuzzy. Hugh Forest, or Huge Forest? I guess you say Central. Okay. Okay, Central Pennsylvania. Yeah. Yeah, not real. I've investigated out there in Central Pennsylvania in different areas. I've been to Bald Eagle, Cambria County. I've gone to, what is it, Tioga. Yeah, Tioga County, State College area, which is kind of central. Yeah, down to Somerset and Bedford County, down there at the bottom in southern Pennsylvania. And really, whenever, that's about as far east that I am. Kind of the fuzzier, the more east we go, the fuzzier I get. Okay, looks like Jeff, I don't know. Hopefully he'll be able to get back in here. All right, hold on a second. Mifflin and Huntington. Okay, hold on a second. All right, now I got Jeff's email. I want to close that page down because anytime you have Facebook open, you get an echo. I learned that like the first time that I came on here. All righty, now email. Okay. All right. Invite guest. Sorry, guys. All right, now. Okay. Leave. Okay, no, I don't want to leave this one. Whew. I just have to be careful I don't close out this screen. Southern Lancaster County, yes. I've been through Lancaster County. It's just that, the Michaud State Forest, I was supposed to go there on a camp out at the end of April and had to cancel it. Okay. All right, Jeff, let's see.
There we go.
Yes. Hey, all right. Hey, the audio is much better.
Yeah, that phone, it's just, that was terrible.
Oh, well, whatever happened with it, is, yeah, you're much better quality. Yeah, Gary sounds a lot better.
Now I got my nice, feed dust covered clothes on for tonight.
Zippy.
I'm retired from that, Cam. Yeah, you were talking about me show. That was I was hoping you'd make it to that one. That was
Yeah.
that would have been nice if the weather had cooperated.
Yeah.
But you can't. You never know what's going to happen that time of year.
No, you don't. And if my health would have been better, I would have come despite the weather.
Yeah.
But the way my health is, no.
Couldn't do much research while we were there.
No.
Just between the rain and the wind.
Jeff, you will never get rid of Zippy.
Well, Greg House named me that, so I guess I'm obligated to keep it.
Yes, you are. That name belongs to you.
Yeah, Bud and I had a heck of a time at my show with trying to get any of the camera equipment or anything because it was so foggy.
Oh.
You couldn't even see with the thermal. My truck was like 30 feet away, and there was so much fog that I couldn't even see it.
Oh my goodness. Oh wow.
Yeah.
Oh my. Well, maybe those early campouts, no matter what, you're taking a chance, because that one was end of April. And
hunting season's about the best time to be in the woods. That way you don't feel like you're melting.
Yeah, I know. I prefer the cooler weather, in late fall, late spring, where it's not hot, you're not melting, you're not roasting, and you're not bothered by all the bugs and everything else.
It's miserable. I can't.
Yeah.
I work in it all day. I don't want to go home and then get cleaned up and then go sweat again for another few hours.
Nope.
I drove around one place last year and I stopped to check out just to listen, and I rolled the window down and it was so hot I was like, the hell with this. I rolled the window back up.
Oh.
I was like, I think I'm gonna go home because every time I open the window it feels like it's just melting me.
Yep. You're bringing in the hot air, so forget it. I know. Right around. I've spent most of the day out on my front porch today, and it was nice. But around 3:00, the sun reaches the front porch, and that's whenever it really heats up. So
that's when you go inside.
Exactly. That's when I went inside. Yep. I spent a relaxing morning and early afternoon just reading a book, on my front porch, and it was nice.
Yeah, I fall asleep trying to read anymore. I love reading, but trying to stay awake long enough to finish the book is my problem. Is when I start reading one, I want to try to finish it, and then I'm up in the middle of the night wondering why I'm still awake reading a book.
I know sometimes I'll fall asleep watching YouTube, and then I fall asleep in the middle of a video and wake up in the middle of the night saying, "Wait a minute, what happened?" So I have to go back and fall asleep again.
You wake up and 14 videos have already played.
Yes. Yep. Yes, Gary, hit that like button and hit the little heart to help the algorithm. I agree. Thank you, guys. Thanks, Gary. So, what do you think about giving out a location whenever someone asks, what's the location, where you saw something or where you're investigating a
Well, for
report?
me, I would say if I mean, obviously, if it would be like something like your private property, no one's going to be able to get on there. So that's not like I mean, nobody really knows where I live except for the locals, but nobody around here even believes it anyway. So and if they do, they don't tell you. Uh,
Yep.
I, for me, if it's a public area, I would. I mean, I guess it depends on how many people know about it. Most people probably already know that area is active.
Yeah.
So, but if it's an area that I want to go to, I would probably give like a very vague description of it.
Mm, yeah. Yeah. If someone says, I'm having activity at my house, I've been having it for 10 years,
Yeah.
um, and you just write a report, on your page,
Yeah.
and people start asking you, okay, where's this location? I want to go there. I want to check it out. Let's go check it out.
Well, good thing nobody knows my address. I've had people ask me about that before, and I don't mind having people come here, but if I'm not going to have everybody and their brother-in-law crawling around.
Right. Yeah. And that's the thing, that you're taking a chance whenever you tell people,
Yeah.
because you just don't know who they are,
Yeah.
what their true intentions are, and who else they're going to tell.
Yeah, it'd be hard. Like around here, it'd be kind of hard to sneak onto somebody's property. It'd be easier for somebody to do that if it was like a bigger, public ground or something.
Yeah.
But I mean, more than likely, you're not going to have anybody sneaking onto private property. Maybe. I guess depending on where you are, depending on the size of the ground and all that. We're
Mhm.
too boxed in by houses and stuff around here.
Oh, okay.
People to be doing stuff like that.
Okay.
I would say it's all about on where you live.
Yeah.
Like, obviously, if you say, "Oh, I saw Bigfoot by the dumpster in town," you're not going to have a whole mob of people showing up there because, obviously the cops are going to run you off and, stuff like that. But
Yep. Unless it's a casino in Oklahoma.
yeah, and they'll probably just start selling tickets to it or something. But like especially like some of the areas I go to, I don't put out the names of those places.
Yeah. Yeah, you have to be so careful.
Unless it's someplace like Michaud that I visit, but Michaud's so big,
Hmm.
whatever.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, if you're, like the campouts that I,
Yeah.
host, they are active areas. I've received reports
Yeah.
from the general area.
That's why you got to kind of put it on the group page, not,
Yeah. Yeah. And even then, you're taking a chance, but fortunately or unfortunately, not too many people take advantage
Yeah.
of my invitations, which is,
I noticed that because when we were there, some people there was a guy the night before that I think Cryptid Crystal said that he wasn't there for that, but he was out camping different places at night. I guess moving his way through the camping areas, listening for stuff.
mm,
And I think he had actually heard one at another site he had been at the night before.
oh,
Yeah. And then
huh.
the wonderful weather rolled in on us as soon
Yeah.
as I got there.
Yeah, that, and you're just lucky that the forest fires didn't affect that
You know,
particular area.
if we hadn't known about, if you hadn't have told me, I would have never known the other side of the damn thing was on fire because we never got any smoke, nothing.
Wow. I know. I saw that in the news, and I thought, oh my God, you better let everybody know so they can get out of there. But
Yeah. I was pulling in there and it was starting to rain, and I'm like, I don't have a cover on anything in the bed. So I had to like pull in there real quick and get everything out and start setting up before the rain hit.
Yep.
But I would
Yeah.
say places like that, if you're gonna, if it's a big area, most likely no one's gonna know where you're at
Yeah.
unless they've been there before and had some stuff, or
Right. Yeah. Whenever I say, like Micho, the camp out's going to be in Micho State Forest.
yeah,
Well,
that's a very big area.
yes.
Yeah.
Or Allegheny National Forest.
Yeah.
It's a huge area, and there's activity all over. So you can go anywhere.
That place is big.
Yes. Yes, it is. It really is. Hey, Dave.
I'd love to go up and camp in the ANF. I just haven't gotten around to
Yeah,
doing that up in Allegheny.
Yeah, that's a bit north of you.
Yeah, it took about 4.5 hours to get up to Forest County for the festival.
The festival. Yeah.
Yeah, the festival was so crowded. I really enjoyed going, but I got peopled out too quick, and we left early on Saturday because I was like, my girlfriend had to get home, and it was a 4.5 hour drive, and you're like stuck to the car seat by the time you get back to the.
You need seat covers.
Well, she doesn't. I don't know why she doesn't have them, but
Oh, it was her vehicle.
We took her car. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Because I gotta get some new vehicles before I start making any drives that far. I don't know if my old beaters would appreciate that.
Oh, well, something with a comfortable seat for a long trip.
Hour and a half I can pull off in that Dodge Dakota. If I got to drive further than that old rust bucket, God knows something's probably going to fall off of it or something. But we're looking for another truck to pull the cattle trailer with, because that old Chevy's, we get that wonderful East Coast northern area rust.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. The salt on the roads.
The Northeast rust buckets.
Yep.
If you see a truck that's that old from around here and it's not rusted, it ain't from around here.
Exactly. It's a Southern car.
Yeah, it did not come from up here. Someone kept it in a garage for 30 years.
That's right. Yeah.
I see trucks up here that have been there their entire lives, and I said, how in the world do you keep it that from rusting? He was like, we wash them all the time. I'm like, that just sounds like too much work.
Putty.
Oh yeah.
They're filled with putty.
I can tell you, I had a truck from PA that I'm like, man, this thing looks pretty good. And then one of my brother's friends backed into the side of it, and all these cracks right around the wheel well. And I was like, huh. Well.
Yep. Yeah, that kind of tells you right there.
I've seen that coming.
That or duct tape covering the holes. I've done that.
That was a white truck, and I had white Gorilla Tape. So,
well, that's what spray paint's for. You just spray the entire section.
Seal, the white Flex Seal has solved a lot of problems too. Okay.
They didn't have Flex Seal back whenever I was doing that.
Fortunately, by the time I got old enough to figure out how to do stuff, Flex Seal was a thing. I've patched a lot of holes with Flex Seal.
Yep. Yeah, I've patched a lot of holes with duct tape and spray paint.
Zip ties, fencing wire.
Yep.
I've even used fencing wire and zip ties when I couldn't find any zip ties.
Oh,
There's some stuff around here that's still running that's held together by some of that. So
wow.
it's a miracle. And
Uh,
twine.
Whew. Let's see here. Gary says his old truck got 316,000 on it now. Wow, God bless you.
One of our farm trucks that was given to me a couple years ago is an old Dodge Dakota, and not the one that I drive when I leave the farm, but the one I drive around the farm. It's got like 213 on it, and that motor is not. I'm surprised it's still running, and it's got some issues. But I got that old 03 that I drive, and it's got like 180,000 on it.
Oh,
Someone gave me that one too. Farmers
That
around here
was
get a
young.
lot of free old vehicles that we just keep running until they fall apart. I think the last one I bought was that Silverado, and it's
oh,
but it's a great truck. I wish it was in better shape because it's got barely any miles on it.
oh, what year is it?
It's an 01.
Okay.
It has like 120,000 on it, and had like 75,000 when I bought it. So it shows
Wow.
you about the only time we use it is to pull trailers. So.
Geez. Who knows?
Yeah, I don't understand why everybody always wants to badger people about locations, but go out and find that stuff on your own.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. And that's what it is. They're lazy. They want to jump in. And again, whenever they get in there, they're destroying a relationship or potential of a
how I feel about it? It's kind of like when you're in a pond and you catch a fish, and next thing you know, the guy that was 30 yards that direction, his bobber's right next to yours, and you're like, really?
Yep. Well, you found a good hole.
Yeah.
They went in on it.
And I'm like, if I see somebody catching something over there, I'm not just going to pull my boat up next to them and start dropping the anchor.
No, that's kind of rude. Very rude.
I mean, I can see if you're camping in there and just people are moving around campsites and they don't know you're there and they just happen to come in and camp in the same campground. That's a little different. But if you're out there and you start finding other people's stuff after you've already been out there, or you run into somebody.
Yeah. Yeah, someplace like a state park, that has known activity, there's usually at least a half dozen other Bigfoot researchers hitting up that area.
Like, I'm sure that place that I turkey hunt in Allegheny County in Western Maryland, I'm sure I'm not the only person that goes in there. I can tell you one thing. I think out of everyone, I think we're the only ones that are crazy enough to camp down in there because we still have not seen another active campsite both times that we've been there.
Oh, wow.
And the firewood was still stacked right where we had set it up the year before.
Really?
Yeah, and you can match the saw marks from my buddy's saw. We were back down there using the same saw again, and we walked into the campsite this year, and we're looking at it, and they're looking at me like they even thought it was weird. Like, no one's rearranged anything in here, and it's been an entire year since we were there.
Wow. That is unusual.
And I looked at them. I said, "Does that seem weird to you guys?" And they're like, "It's really weird. Like, what?" Everybody else is camped up by the main drag heading into the mountain there because there's little pull-offs on each side of the switchback.
Mm-hmm.
And I've heard other people say stuff about Green Mountain. Well, it's not Green. I'm thinking West Virginia. This is Green Ridge, but it's a big area.
Mm-hmm.
And it's the place we camp in is called the Devil's Hole or something.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Be careful.
Yeah. I think it was called the Devil's Hole. That's what it says on the map. It just says Devil's Hole.
Okay.
But Spencer, I think, said he's got one called the Devil's Bathtub or something.
Oh, jeez.
But the thing about that area, like I think I probably told you this, we were there this year. I actually heard the gibberish. I think I told you that.
Yes. Yeah.
And it was middle of the night. I was so tired from the night before because none of us slept well because they said it was going to be in the 30s. Well, we were hammock camping by the creek, and I bet you if it was 25 degrees at least.
Yeah. And here you are in hammocks.
Yeah.
Oh, goodness.
And we did not prepare for 25-degree weather. I can assure you of that.
No.
and my hammock was at a kind of an odd angle the way we set up this time because the little group of trees we normally set in on the one side of the big tree, one of the trees was leaning and it didn't look like it was in the best of shape. And we thought about falling it with the handsaw, but with our luck, a park ranger or something would have wandered in there and wondered why we cut down a tree next to the campsite, which technically in Maryland we're not supposed to do that in state forest, but it was a safety hazard.
Well, yeah.
But we probably wouldn't have gotten reprimanded, but one of our buddies is too much of a square, so we just opted to set up a couple different spots. One of us still sat in his normal area because he figured it. He was right though. If it fell, it was going that way. So we set up, and I had put mine at a weird angle. The trees weren't. The ground wasn't level, and my legs ended up being higher than my head. So I ended up getting cramps all night. My legs were cramping up, and I'd have to wake myself up once in a while and roll out of the hammock. So I was too tired to try to do it in the dark, readjusting the straps. So I just made two till the next morning.
Oh, my.
We were all burned out. So the next night I just crawled in there early. And I normally don't crawl into the hammock early. It was like 9 o'clock. And I didn't even take the thermal or anything. I left all that stuff in our little storage tent that we use to keep the rattlesnakes out of our equipment. And climbed in that thing. And about midnight, I woke up and had to pee. So when I was getting out, I started hearing the talking.
Oh.
And I'm like, that's coming from both sides of the campfire. And the campfire's burned out, and I can tell that they're both in theirs because I can see his hammock next to me sagging. I'm like, so obviously he's in his.
Yeah.
And I can hear it back and forth. And I'm like, And at that point, I just said in my head, I'm like, all right, I got to pee. I'm getting out. And it quieted down, which was a weird thing. And then,
well, you told him you had to get up and go pee.
So, I guess they must have been respecting that, but
yes.
I kind of ungracefully rolled out of my hammock onto the ground because one of my legs was having a Charlie horse again, and I got up and finally got that taken care of and crawled back in as I'm laying in there restructuring my sleeping bag and everything because it was all, you know how it is trying to sleep in a hammock.
I've never slept in one, and I look at them, and all I can do is imagine how ungraceful I would be. And
Once you get situated, it's so comfortable. But getting yourself situated
yeah,
is the trick.
yeah, climbing in and climbing out would be my downfall, literally.
I do not suggest buying. Uh, if I ever remember that particular brand, I'll send it to you. But it was definitely made in China, and it was not made to fit anything that was my size. I mean, I know Chinese people are short, but I'm a little round, so uh, and I'm 5'6", and I did not fit in that thing.
Oh,
So it shows you how small it was. I'm almost thinking if there was a Chinese kid that made this thing, because I could barely get into it with the zipper fully extended.
oh my.
I did not take that thing home with me in West Virginia. It got burned, and I ended up buying that one that I took to Western Maryland. Because the last time I used that other one was when I ended up upside down in West Virginia, and my friends had to come get me out of it.
Oh man.
I will say now, if we're camping next to the truck, that dome tent that Pat Noble gave me is going to be the only thing I'm going to be sleeping in, unless we have a camper.
Yeah.
And I turned in. I got smart this year. Pat's like, if you're going to camp in that thing, get one of those camping cots, one of the ones off of Amazon with the little foam, mattress top.
Yep. That's
And you
what I
just
have.
pull it apart and push it back together, and that
Yep.
thing is wonderful.
Yep. That's what I have.
And you don't have to climb up off the ground or get down on the ground to go to sleep. You just
Nope.
get up, slide your feet off the bed, and you're.
Yep. I got my cot about 10 years ago and never have regretted getting it. It
I
was
tell you, the ones you can buy some pretty cheap ones that are really nice on Amazon.
yeah. But yeah, this one, it's a Coleman. It's called I think a Coleman Smart Cot or something like that.
Yeah. I can't
And
remember what this thing is. It was something I got on Amazon.
yeah, it's got a 1-inch memory foam on it, but then I added another 2 inches to it. I just purchased a bed topper, like a twin size topper, and I added that to it, and it's comfortable. But
You
yeah,
don't want to lay
whenever
on the
it's
floor.
no, can't do that anymore. And then whenever we were down in Land Between the Lakes a few years ago, I think it was early April, and they called that the meet, greet, and freeze, because the temperatures were around 25, and I think one night it went down to 17, and I brought my heavy winter.
That was the meet and freeze.
Yeah, no, I brought my heavy winter sleeping bag. It's good for below 0. And most of the time it was too warm. I had to kick it off. It was just too warm. But once you get out of there, you freeze. You don't want to get out of there.
That's what Gary just said, the 2023 meet and freeze.
That's what it was. Yep. Meet and freeze. That's what it was. Yeah.
I can tolerate the cold because I can put more clothes on. It's the heat that.
Yeah. Yeah. You can only undress just so far.
until it gets inappropriate, everybody's.
Yes. Yep. And then you run into mosquitoes.
Oh. I'll tell you, there's some places over here in Maryland. You get down the Eastern Shore, the mosquitoes will still carry you off in November.
Yeah.
It's not safe to go hunting down there until about January, when the mosquitoes have frozen to the ice, and You don't have to worry about, because there have been times we've hunted in November down near what's that, Dorchester, out on the shore, like Pocomoke, down around that area.
Yeah.
And Snow Hill, all those places down there, especially out around like Assateague. The bugs. There's a reason Hooper's Island nicknamed those mosquitoes the Hooper's Island Air Force. Those things will carry you away. I was sitting on a marsh down there one morning. We were hunting Sika deer, and I keep hearing this buzzing. I'm like, what is that? And I look across the marsh, and I can see this black ball, and it was mosquitoes. And they had honed in on my position.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Within about 20 minutes, I had so many of them stuck to my face paint that I was like, and I didn't have a thermocell. That was when I finally figured out about thermocells.
Yeah.
I went to the local sporting goods store, which is also the gas station, and bought at least 2 of them. I think between me and my other buddy, we bought like 4 of them that day. And we're like, we better have some spares.
Yeah, I hear that those work pretty good.
They're awesome. I don't use mine that often around here, but like if I go in an area where the bugs are real bad, I'll take that with me.
Yeah.
I've got 2 of them, and I've got a bunch of spare cartridges and stuff that I've had for a long time that I don't hunt in that area much anymore. So I got plenty of stuff saved up for it.
Yeah, if you go to Land Between the Lakes at the group camp.
Yeah, I probably need one
there. Definitely. Yeah, take your thermocell there. The mosquitoes are nasty.
I need a thermocell lantern for that.
Yeah. Yeah, there's been a few times they'll hold campouts out there like July and August, all through summer, and forget July and August. I don't go out there anymore.
A place like that, you wouldn't be able to hide the location. So
it's
that whole
just
place is a location.
Yeah, it really is. Yeah, but the heat, between the heat, the mugginess, and the mosquitoes, it's just horrible. But in the spring and in the fall, yeah, I'll go there in a heartbeat.
Yeah, like that place that we call the Peninsula out here. I want to go to it more, but I got to do that in the fall or the spring. It is too nasty. That's where I was riding around the last time. I rolled the window down and almost melted. If I could tolerate it long enough to listen out the window with the parabolic, because if I go out there at night, I'm usually by myself, and I'm not getting too far from the truck.
Yep. I've been a few places like that.
Yeah. See, the thing about out there, like a few people know where a lot of that is, but not a lot from this area. And unless they're locals, like that live right there. Oh. And I can guarantee you that some of the houses that are up against that state forest area, I'm almost banking that that's why that they've got all of those lights outside of their houses, because there's some places over there that are lit up like an airport runway.
Wow.
And, once you've been in this long enough to look at things, that normally means that somebody's got something going on around their house.
Yep, that's right.
Or they're just terrified of the dark. But,
Yep.
When I moved down here, our old neighbor, she had so many lights around this place, and this place doesn't even hardly have, it's all open ground except for the one little swath of trees that go down the road. And she had so many lights around here, but I think a lot of that was from when they got some of their equipment stolen back in the 80s.
Probably. Yeah. Yep.
She had so many lights, we had to unhook a bunch of them. They were just draining too much power. Like that electric bill. Whew. And some of them weren't even shutting off anymore because I guess because the photocell had burned up in the.
Oh,
Some of
geez.
those lights were on during the day.
So they weren't dusk to dawn anymore. They were 24
No,
hours.
they were 24-hour
Wow.
lights.
Wow. Yeah, Gary says yeah, back in 23, after I left the meet and freeze, they found a 24-inch track over by where I was camped. I did not realize that, Gary. I knew that there was traffic through there. Yeah, I knew that there was Bigfoot going through there, a couple of them. But 24-inch track.
24 inches big.
Yeah.
A lot of people think it's not possible for something to get that big, but maybe it's not a Bigfoot. Maybe it's something else.
Well, Land Between the Lakes, it could be anything. But in that particular area, it's Bigfoot. Yeah, the dog
Hold
man.
on, I gotta take a call.
Okay. Want me to remove you?
I'll be right back. Let me step off of this thing.
Okay. All right. And let's see here. In the woods, across the bay, 24-inch, 15-inch, and 3-inch tracks. Cool, Gary. Wow. Yeah, that yeah, where we were.
I gotta go. I got loose animals.
Uh-oh. Okay. Take care. Be careful. All right. So, oh, poor Jeff. He's got to go after one of his herd. Aw, sorry about that. Especially at nighttime. Oh, goodness. Okay, so they were in the ice straight across from where I was camped. Cool. Very cool. I love it there at Land Between the Lakes. Man, if I lived closer, I would be there all the time. I really would. I just love it there. Yeah, there's just so much activity and so much different activity also. Oh, sorry, girl. Didn't mean to disturb you. Okay. Yeah, Robin. Yeah, she was camped a little bit further down from me, and then she moved to the lower campsite. Yeah, 12-hour drive for you. It's about 11 hours for me. And Gary, you live out in Oklahoma. Yeah, that's Google Maps says 17 to 18 hours to where you're at in Oklahoma. In reality, it's about 21 hours, I think is what it took us to get to that area. Yeah. Yeah, because we were there in both areas. Yeah, we were at Brown Springs. Let me see. Oh, I don't think I have that on my computer. I'd have to really dig for that photo from Brown Springs, where there was myself, Chuck Schlubs, Kumbo, and D. Doss. We were standing all together right there, right in front of the springs. Great time. We really had such fantastic time. Okay, you saw it. Okay. Yeah, I loved that trip. It was so much fun because we got to travel all over southern Oklahoma. Fantastic time, fantastic experiences, a lot of Bigfoot encounters, just so many, countless Bigfoot encounters and activity. The vocals, it was just an outstanding trip, unforgettable, absolutely unforgettable, and loved it there. And then a couple years ago, Chuck invited us out to Hanobia, where a friend of his owns a cabin. And we went there and had activity right at the cabin. So that was fantastic right there. So Kumo saw eye shine from right there at your place. Fantastic. That's awesome. Well, your area, Gary, is just amazingly active, because we were all around there, all around that area. And yeah, we had activity all over. Cool. You got a pic of one. Cool. Yeah, I took a picture, because like I was saying earlier, I like to take just random photos, just try to catch them unexpected. Because if they see a camera or something pointed in their direction, chances are you're not going to get a photo. So I just try to take random photos, behind, to the side, and so on and so forth. And I got that picture, and all I can say, it's possibly 2 juvenile Bigfoot. And look, they were watching me from up over the bluff behind the cabin there at Hanobia. Such a good time there. Yeah, there's a couple of homesteaders YouTube channels that I watch. They're based in Oklahoma. One of them I think they're outside of Sulphur. And then another one, he's up in northeast Oklahoma near the Missouri border. And, I like watching them because, I had such good time, in that area. Oh, okay. Thank you, Gary. Ooh, can't wait to see it. Oh, okay. It's 20 miles south of you. Okay. Yeah, Sulphur was just that in the Chickasaw National Recreation Area, where they call it Lake of the something, can't remember. But yeah, the campground there, fantastic. Their bathhouses were so clean. Arbuckles. Thank you. Lake of the Arbuckles. Yeah, I keep thinking Argyles, but I know that's wrong. Yeah, it's Chickasaw. Like I was saying, the bathhouses were clean, well set up, and the campsites were huge. And we were in, I think, section C. Yeah, because A and B were closed whenever we were there. I think that was April. Can't remember what year, 17 or 18. 18. And there were activity right over there. Veterans Lake, yes, yes, absolutely. All along there. Oh, I mean, really all over the park, because we were literally all through that park. And guys, I highly recommend, if you're anywhere, if you have a chance to get out to Oklahoma, get out to Chickasaw National Recreation Area. Get in there. It's fantastic. Absolutely fantastic for Bigfooting. It's about all I can say, and I don't have to tell you where to look. Yeah, we were there, Gary. Yeah, we were there. I recognize the name. Yeah, I think from what I recall, I think that was the area. Okay. There were two creeks that we were at. One of them, there was a huge field next to it. You had to go down the hill to get, and you had to drive a little way through the field to get to the creek. And it had like a sandy, sandy bottom, sandy edge to it. And then there was another area where the creek was just very narrow, grassy area. And we just pulled into I don't know, it was dark, so I don't know what was in this little area. Okay, maybe it was Sandy Creek, since there was sand. But yeah, wherever that creek was, whatever that was called, where you go down the hill, drive through a field, and get to the creek, and there's like you have to go down just a little bit, like a 10-foot climb down to the creek, and it's all sand. There was a lot of sandy areas where we found footprints all through that. But there was, we were there after dark too, and there was a lot of, the Bigfoot were on a deer hunt that night, because we saw their eye shine, and they were after the deer in that field. And they were unhappy that we were there. Okay, Buckhorn is the same. It's all sand. Yeah. Yeah, Kumbo would know. I don't. I just remember, how much fun that we had. And there were areas that were just driving and driving down these roads and come to a dead end, and turn around and go down another road down to a dead end, and to see, all to park and see if there's any activity around there. And sometimes there were, and sometimes there weren't. I don't know, is anybody else on here, or is it just you and I, Gary? I haven't seen anyone else on here talking for quite a while. David, you still on here? Melvin, Ken, who else? I know Michelle left. Ken, Melvin, Patrick. I know there were a couple, yeah, Amanda, who else was on here? I think I saw Sharon on here earlier. I'm scrolling back through the names here to see. Well, anyway. Okay, there you are, Ken. Okay, Melvin, you're still here. Ken, you're still here. Just enjoying the talk. Well, I'm glad. Amanda, there you are. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's right. I forgot Roger was on tonight also. Yeah. Yeah, he's I know it's a hard choice. You got to decide between two really good podcasts. And yeah, tell you what, guys, it's 2 hours later, and I'm getting tired. I'm trying to stifle. Hey, Patty, are you done with your mowing? Roger who? No, Roger's a good guy. Squatch and Holler. He's got a good, really great show. It's unfortunate that we kind of overlap, but he's in a different time zone than me, so he can. Plus, he's younger. He can stay on a little bit later. Good night, Amanda. Thank you. I do appreciate that very much. Very, very much. Yeah, I think I'm going to shut it down anyway. So, if you guys want to go over to say hi to Roger and give him your support. Yes, he is. Roger is a lot younger than us. Yes. Yep, because 7:30, whenever I start this, I'm already yawning because I'm usually awake at 4 or 5 a.m. and I try to stay in bed until, for a couple more hours, just to, I don't have to jump up out of bed anymore. I don't have to rush around in the mornings anymore. I can relax. So I do. I take advantage. And, but anyway, I appreciate you guys so much. God bless you. God bless you. Don't forget, next week, I most likely will not be on, unless something, dramatic happens, in which case, I'll jump on. Other than that, I will, let me check my calendar here. Looks like 2 weeks will be August 9. So right now we'll plan for August 9, and I may make up a small video, just a short little video, because I've got a resource where I'm getting other Bigfoot reports, and I can read those off, and I can make a short video, off of them, just keep the YouTube algorithms going. August 9, so just plan on that. And thank you. God bless you. Love to you all. Honestly, love you all. And my prayers go out for those of you, for all of you, and most especially to those of you who write me or call me and let me know that you're in need of prayer. So prayers are going out. God bless. Monkey Wench out.